Hi loves. So for this look, I'm just recreating this look that I've done, and this look I've done a couple of times, um, and I just felt like wanted to share it with you guys. And just an update, I'm probably gonna end up doing these looks more often, only because I feel like I need to step my game up. I haven't done one since I believe the summer, so I need to get it together. So if you want to know how I got this look, please continue watching. And if you guys have like any requests, just drop them down in my comments, or you can go to my Snapchat or my Instagram, which is the same thing as my name on here, Behind the Brows. So keep watching. So for this look and basically my daily look, I usually use the Professional from Benefit Cosmetics. I think it works way better than the Smashbox one, only because the Smashbox one makes me feel it's more oily in a kind of way. I don't know how to exactly describe it, but it's not really for me since I have like a combination of both oily and dry skin. So I usually, when I put this primer on, I usually just pat it. I don't like to rub it except when it's on my nose, because I feel like if I pat it on my nose, it doesn't really go on. And I usually just like repeat that step all over my face. I don't really do my forehead because and for concealer, I use the LA Girl Pro Concealer, and this is in porcelain because I'm really white and I don't really like to use big darker shades because I want to match my neck. And I usually do this before I put on like foundation or anything, and then I reapply it after, only because I want to get like I just want to hide my under circles. And then next, for my redness of when I get like pimples, I use the color corrector, and I just pat that on my nose, and then I go over with some concealer. And then I usually spray, and to blend out my concealer, I usually just use a beauty blender and just like dampen the beauty blender with any kind of setting spray that you have. Doesn't matter which one. And it's better that you pat it when you use a beauty blender instead of dragging the product, because when you drag the product, you're just, especially when it's underneath your eye, that's a very sensitive spot in your face, so you have to be very delicate. So I feel like you should pat it instead of rubbing or dragging. And for baking, I use the Airspun extra translucent powder for my under eyes, and to contour my face, my cheekbones, and everything, I use the LA Girl concealer, and this is in the color, I believe, Toast. And I just put that just to get it more detailed on my nose, and I'm contouring my lips just in the middle, as so. And to blend all that, I'm going to be using a damp beauty blender, the same one that I use for my concealer. And I make sure that I get my cheekbones that I have, so you can kind of tell the line by when you suck your cheeks together, make it like a fish, basically. And when you contour your nose with a cream concealer, make sure that you use the tip of the Beauty Blender just to get it like closer, like a closer line. And for this, you kind of just use it like you were just like blending a foundation or something. That's how I think of it. And it just makes it easier for me to line my lips. You don't have to proceed with you don't have to do the lip contour if you don't want to. It's just what I prefer, only because it helps me line my lips easier. And I'm gonna be using the Airspun again, just to bake my underneath where my contour is, just to give it a little bit sharper and more detailed. And I also do that on the bridge of my nose. And for this look, I'm going to be using the Gwen Stefani palette, and you can use any blending brush. And this one, the color that I'm first going in was called Danger, and I'm just using that just on the sides for a transitioning color, just so the other colors that I put in will blend in all together more clearly. And I'm just repeating that on both eyes. And the next color I'm going in is 1987. A similar one is from the Urban Decay basic palette. Or you can just use any kind of brown. This is the one that I just used, that I would recommend to anybody else out there. And I'm just blending that, and I'm using windshield wiper motions, and I also do like little circles, like when you brush your teeth, basically. That's how I think of it. It makes it a little bit easier for myself. And I'm going to be using a crease brush, and the palette I'm going to be using is the Anastasia World Traveler palette, and I'm going to be using Fudge for more of the crease of my eye, just so it looks a little bit more dramatic. And I'm just going to repeat that on both of the eyes. And I'm going to take the blending brush, and I'm going to be using Morocco from the same palette, just to blend all of that in. And I'm using windshield wiper motions as well as little circles. And you can use, I like to use like a blending brush that I haven't used, just to blend it all in too. And it just kind of puts it all together. And I just repeat the same step on the other eye. So for my eyeliner, I use the NYC liquid eyeliner, and it's actually pretty cheap. It's about like $3, $4. And when I do my eyeliner, I usually just like outline my eye, and then to do my wing, I usually put like a dot where would I want my wing to be, and then I just like follow the line basically, just to make it a little bit easier. For you, those of you who struggled, I think this will maybe help you. Then I just outline it basically. And then I just make it a little bit thicker, just to line it better. So for this look, I'm using the highlighter Riviera from Anastasia Beverly Hills, and you can use any kind of brush that you feel comfortable with. Me, I usually use the one that I use for blush. It's just something about it that makes it a little bit better. And yes, look at that highlight though. So for this look, I'm going to be using hot cocoa, and I'm just going to be lining my lips. And when I do that, it's easier for me to line my lips to make them look bigger, only because I don't have a super defined lip, so it's easier for me. So for those of you who have a little bit of trouble like overdrawing your lips, it's probably because your lips are more defined, and you just have to use maybe a darker color. And you basically just fill it in. And the next lip liner is from, I forgot to tell you what brand this was. It's the NYX. Both of the lip liners, and this one's in the color Earth Tone, and I basically love it because it gives you like a nice brown. And the next thing I'm going to be using is the LA Girl Matte Lipstick, and this is in the color Fuller. I don't know how to exactly pronounce it, but it's F-L-E-U-R. And I love to mix this color with any kind of dark color because I think it just gives it like a nice cool tone, and I love these kind of colors. And I'm basically just going in with that. And for cleaning my lips, I use the same concealer that I used before, which is the LA Girl Concealer in Porcelain. And you can use any concealer brush for this, just to clean my lips.